What's up, everyone? I hope you're all doing very well. Um, let's see. Market just opened. We'll go over price action a bit. Hold on. Can you guys hear me well? Because it's telling me that there's an issue right now. Yeah, please let me know if you can hear me in the chat so that I know. And then I can go into the analysis for the day. Because it's given me some sort of audio error here or something, which it doesn't usually do. Okay, so market just opened. It is going to be a no news Monday, I believe. Oh, look at that. Interesting here. So we've just tapped into this 15-minute order block here that we had built. So potentially price might continue up from here. But it's looking a bit messy right now. So for now, we'll just wait and see. Looking at the daily. Okay, guys, perfect. You can hear me. Great. So we can see previous daily low, previous daily high, right? Indecision candle here, so anything could happen. 4-hour has inversed the bearish fair value gap, so potentially might go higher. We have a 4-hour bullish fair value gap here. 1 hour also bullish. I do want to check for any SMT. Okay, interesting. ES is kind of not going higher, but NASDAQ is going higher. Okay. So we've got that. And now the 50-minute on the NASDAQ is extremely bullish. So what we'll do is we'll wait, right? We have this reaction from the order block that we marked out, continuing higher. We'll wait to see if another maybe zone forms and we can get a little bit of a retracement again to then go higher. That's kind of the plan. And if we go lower, then of course we can look for sales. But for now, I mean, price is kind of showing us higher prices. Okay, let's wait for this 5-minute candle to close here. And then that could give us an entry. So let's see here. Yeah, it's looking very bullish there as well. So okay, let's wait for this candle here to close. By the way, guys, this is something you might have seen on Instagram already that I posted, but last week was not a great week for my trading. I think I took like 2 losses or 3 losses, which were all half risk, so it's not a huge deal. But when I did my sort of end of the week review, I noticed they were just not great trades. I noticed they were not great trades because when looking back at them, for every trade there was something where it was like, this is not an A plus setup. And yes, I reduced my risk on them. However, digging deeper into the emotions that let me still execute those trades, even if it was with lower risk, I noticed that I executed those trades because I wanted to make profits, because I wanted to make withdrawals on my funded accounts, because I wanted to pass more funded accounts, and just in general, I was focused on the money. I was focused on the outcome. And focusing on the outcome will always give you less actual results than focusing on the input, focusing on the process, focusing on genuinely taking good trades that match your setup, that match your rules, that are great trades in your opinion, that you would take any single day of the week, right? And looking back at last week, those were not necessarily perfect trades that I was taking. I managed my risk well, which is why it didn't hurt me that much. But still, going into this week again, I'm going to be a lot more careful. I'm going to be a lot more selective about the trades that I take. And if there's no great trades, I'm simply going to stay out of the markets. Because here's the deal. The best trades you can take as a trader are the trades that you don't take. Let me explain this. It is incredibly easy to make money as a trader. All you have to do is click on a button to open a trade and then click on the same button to close the trade again, and boom, you've made money. The problem is, it is even easier to lose money because you can click that same button, lose money, click the button again, have made a loss, have paid commission, spreads, whatever. So it is easy to make money in trading, but it is even easier to lose it. So how can you consistently be profitable? You can consistently be profitable by not losing a lot of money. And to do that, it's quite simple. Just don't take stupid trades. It sounds simple, but for many, it isn't simple. Okay, so what can we see here? Interesting market moves. We have this FEG here, this 1 minute one. If that breaks, I might take a trade on my secondary accounts, guys, on my secondary accounts, not on my main accounts, but I will take it on my trade evade here, which is, how do I do this again? Like this, stop loss, like here, copy price. Still kind of getting used to this. Buy it there. Let's try this out. Okay, that works. Like I said, guys, not taking this trade on my main account. Be aware, this is sort of one of the trades I was talking about, which is not super high, like it's not an A plus setup, right? It's not an A plus setup. So I'm not going to take this on any of the accounts that really matter to me. I'm going to take it here on this sort of Apex challenge, right? Which I was speaking about last week, because these challenges don't really matter. They're dirt cheap. I got this. I got every one of these challenges for like $20. You know, so they're yeah, they're really very, very cheap. But I'm not going to take this on a main account. So let's see. We're in this trade here. I'm gonna just target the PDH here. So I'm gonna do a I'm gonna sell one, or actually I'm just gonna close it manually if it gets there. Just gonna close it manually if it gets there. Let's take a look at any SMT or something. There is some SMT. Okay, interesting. Let's just keep this running here. Because essentially what had happened is we've taken some liquidity here, right? Taken some liquidity, moved up higher quite a lot, showed a lot of bullishness, inversed this FEG here. Well, inversed it. And then we decided to take the trade. Is it a solid trade? Yeah. Is it what I would call an A plus? No. That's why I'm not taking it on my main account. Just playing around a little bit with the market. What would I like to see for an A plus setup? Maybe the market to come back into the small 5-minute FEG, retrace into this, and then go higher. I could like to see that. But oftentimes that doesn't happen. Oftentimes the market just continues higher, which is why in such cases I like to profit on a secondary account at least, or here on a challenge, right? To at least get something out of the market. Okay, we can see here 15-minute candle opened, new 15-minute candle opened, no wick to the downside yet. That is of course rare. I mean, look at all of these. Pretty much every candle has a wick to both sides. So potentially we might come lower to wick to the downside. But let's wait and see. ES going lower quite heavily. So we could see NASDAQ following here. Let's wait and see. So we can see right now price is just consolidating here, um, which is not what you want when you enter a trade. You want price to go kind of straight away, which it's not doing right now. Not a good sign for the trade. But like I said, we do not care because this is not something that we're in on any account that matters, right? We can see we're even failing to break above this high, which is very much not a good thing, not a good sign. So what we would need now is a strong push to the upside here. This 15-minute candle, if we want to continue bullish, it should close above this 15-minute candle definitely, right? That's what we would need. So let's see if that can happen. My question is, how the fuck do I set a TP here? Do I just put a limit order there? I guess I do. But I might as well just do it manually for now. Let's just wait and see what happens with the trade here. Okay, my bad, I was muted, I think. Yeah, what I was saying is price is continuing up now. Like I said, we want a very bullish close of this 15-minute if we want to kind of head up to the PDH, which I guess would be around 2R. Let's see what we're targeting here. Yeah, kind of around 2R is what we're targeting on this. Like I said, guys, we'll just keep an eye on this. So there's some bullishness here, but not exactly enough. I don't like this 5-minute candle. This is not a very bullish 5-minute candle. Well, okay, now that I say that, it's kind of going up. Like I said, 15-minute candle in 5 minutes. We need that close above the wick of the other fifth of the previous 15-minute candle. So let's see here. Let me draw this out for you as well, this trade where we took it, just so it's more clear for everyone who might have joined new. This is kind of the trade that we took here. Looking solid here for that 15-minute close, right? We can see the 5-minute candle redeemed itself in the end, still closed very nicely. So let's keep an eye on this. just to see that if it does hit up here, we can take it off manually. So we can see price dropping heavily here. Which is not good for this 15-minute candle, because we were, just talking about how this 15-minute candle is going to close very well. But if we do close like this, not very bullish, like not very strongly bullish, then chances that we will get a retracement a lot higher. So yeah, this close here could be pretty bad. Let's check ES. Oh, also heavily bearish on ES here. Not what we like to see. Not what we like to see at all. For this trade, that is. I mean, for kind of our main account, we do like to see this, because this means that we potentially might retrace into this 15-minute zone here, which could give us a nice setup on the main account. But yeah, for this trade, this is pretty bad, because we can see we are building bearish order flow now. We've got this bearish FEG that we are building up here. So let's just wait, see what happens. By the way, guys, as usual, on my other secondary account, that's not the futures account, we took partials at 1 hour, because you guys know that's what I like to do. On the futures here, I can't, because this is one contract. Can't take off half a contract, unless I would trade with the micros, but I'm not trading micros, I'm just trading the normal minis. Yeah, still getting used to futures, like I said, guys. This account is just to play around with, to see how the whole futures thing works. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I want to get more into the futures space, get some more futures challenges going, get some funded accounts with some futures firms. Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be a good month. Going to have a lot of new stuff going on. So yeah. By the way, someone had asked me about these boxes that I have on my chart. Someone asked me about these. So let me explain this. I'll explain this for everyone really quickly. These are the best times to trade. They're essentially called the kill zones, the sessions where the most liquidity enters the market, right? First of all, here we have the Asia session. Asia session here on my chart, I have marked it. This is New York time, by the way, 8 p.m. to around 2 a.m. here, New York time. Then London session here, 2 a.m. to around 5 a.m. And lastly, we have the New York session, which is the one that we trade live every day, Monday to Friday, 9:30 to 11. Mastering these kill zones is the key to timing your trades. There's a reason why I only trade the New York session. Look at this example, for example, here. Asia session, London session, New York session. You can see the massive difference in this move to these moves here. Okay. Yeah, let's keep waiting here for this. So this is kind of what's gonna decide the fate of price now. This FEG. Can we close above? Great. If we can't, likely a retracement is due, which then we would have to see how we'll trade it, currently reacting from this zone. Of course, like always, if there's any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. I'll make sure to answer them as good as possible. Currently we can see we're respecting the FVG, so we have not inversed this yet. So for now, the 1 minute order flow is still bearish. Let's wait and see what happens for the rest of the session. We have a little bit longer left here. And we're going to let this play out for some more. I'll be back in 5 minutes, guys. I'm going to quickly grab something to eat. There's not much I can do right now anyways, so I'll be back in 5 minutes. See you then. So interesting stuff here. We have tapped into the 15-minute FEG here, guys. 15-minute FEG. Oops. 15-minute FEG tapped. Right there, 4-hour candle. Starting out bearish here. Okay. Heavy SMT with the S&P, which I don't necessarily like. But problem is that the 5-minute is kind of bearish by now. So I do want to wait on my main accounts before I take any trade. I want to wait for the 5-minute to turn our way again. So we can see 50 seconds until the 5-minute closes, potentially giving us a 5-minute bearish FEG. So we can see 5-minute bearish FEG has been created. Now, if we want to take a buy on our main account, that is, of course, like I said, where did the previous daily high go that I marked? What the hell? Oh, weird. Anyway, what's going on here? Anyways, what I was saying is, if we want to take a buy on our main account, I need to see this 5-minute get inversed. That's what I would like, since we did take some liquidity here, but it seems like the 5-minute is being respected right now. So chances are we could go lower from here, but let's wait and see. So let's see here. I believe this is how I can sell one here. I believe this is how I create that TP. Essentially, we've now inversed the 5-minute here. Also 5-minute OB here. So potentially we could get a setup on our main account now as well. Let's wait and see if we do. So let's see what we're gonna do here. If we can get a retracement to get a trade on our main. Or if not, let's wait and see. I will get ready to potentially execute on my main accounts here. like I said, potentially, guys, we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen here, but we're now in a zone where if we get a bullish reaction, I would be willing to take a bullish trade. But now that we do have this close here, I would like to see us retrace kind of into this 5-minute FEG here before we do get anything. Let's see if we can have that happen. Let's see what happens here now. Interesting situation we're in with this, but I do believe we're in a good spot here. So we can see a new 15-minute candle. New 15-minute candle just opened, creating a wick to the downside right now. So let's see if we can push up from here, maybe even create a little fair value gap here. That would be kind of the preferred scenario. A strong push to the upside now, just hitting that TP. So price is just kind of goofing around right now. We're gonna end the stream here because I need to go. But yeah, let's see how this trade plays out. It could just goof around for a long time here still, and I do need to leave. So I'm just gonna leave it like this with the take profit set and the, yeah, with everything set. So yeah, let's see what happens. We'll give it some time, and I'll see you all tomorrow for the next stream.